Jasmine and Jamie Green were gunned down in their front yard nearly 1 month ago, leaving behind 3 young children.
It was the shots I heard that woke me up. Bam, bam, bam.
Just after 10 p.m. on March 7th, police say Kevin knocked on the door of Tarika's Chevrolet apartment. He had a gun. He walked in and fired the shots, hitting Tarika and Jaleesa. They died under a kitchen table on the floor.
Officers say he shot and killed 21-year-old Shania Todd, who was also a mother, and her sister, 18-year-old Shakaya Todd.
Welcome back to the new reset button. I appreciate you guys. I guarantee you, we're going to save a life. We're going to save at least one life with this content. So the more we get the word out, we may get up to saving 2 lives. And it's all because of you. It's on you. Congratulate you. I appreciate you. Well, I just completed the sister series for the week. 3 videos of sets of sisters that were deleted at the same time. Most situations where one of the sisters was involved in a relationship with the assailant. First up, we got sisters Jamie and Jasmine Green.
Murders of Jamie and Jasmine Green, sisters that were found shot in their front yard. They leave behind 3 young children that are in the care of their mother, Otisha Mickens.
When I look at my grandchildren, they get me through the day because I know I'm all that they have and they all I have.
Jasmine and Jamie Green were gunned down in their front yard nearly 1 month ago, leaving behind 3 young children. The only suspect, Jasmine's former boyfriend, was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound later that day. According to the Lexington County Sheriff's Department, Durham pled guilty to third-degree assault and battery in 2016. He completed domestic violence counseling in 2017. And just this March, Lexington County deputies were called to the Greens' home after reports of a domestic dispute. Jasmine is listed as the victim in both records. Now, the sister's mother, Otisha, is speaking out.
And I also feel like...
I'm going to pause here and bring up a point. I'll say 90% of the stories that I cover, there was previous arrest or domestic violence in the past of the assailant or alleged assailant, to just be politically correct. And I'll highlight on the screen that records show that Durham, the suspected gunman, had multiple arrests. He was charged with assaulting a police officer while resisting arrest in May of 2016. 2 months earlier, he was charged with assault, battery, 3rd degree. But let's continue.
Their death wasn't in vain. I think their death go save millions of women and men.
She says sharing the warning signs of domestic violence on Facebook.
Now, here are the funeral caskets of both sisters. I debated on whether to actually put this on video, but I think these images are extremely powerful. And it kind of drives the message home that this is not a joke. This is serious. This is real life. These are real women. These are real people. These are moms. These are sisters. These are daughters that are being deleted. So if it takes me posting caskets being rolled down the street to get the message out, then so be it. And their mom started a foundation on Facebook, and I put the link here in the description. So if you're interested in finding out about the foundation page the mother started, I'm not promoting it, I'm just giving you the information on where you can find it.
Facebook Live is helping her process the tragedy.
And I know that the lives will save somebody. I couldn't save my girls, but maybe somebody out there I can save.
All right. So that's the first set of sisters, Jamie and Jasmine Green. The tragedy of sisters Tarika Jones and Jaleesa Walls Harris. And the link to the story is in the description as well. But let's hop into it.
Breaking overnight in Prince George's County.
You can see several patrol cars at these apartment complexes.
Trying to get some information on the people involved here.
I just looked at the TV and I said, God, just don't let that be my baby.
Tarika told Kevin she wanted to move on. Police think that sent Kevin into a jealous rage. More than an hour later, this happened.
This is Georgia County 911.
Kevin is arrested and charged with assaulting Tarika, but she's at a crossroads. She has 3 small girls to raise, and the man who helps her do that is in jail.
This case was, the guy was in court for physically abusing her, and she recanted, if I remember right. Said that basically nothing happened. It wasn't that serious. They were just having a disagreement. So she was pleading for the judge to allow him to be left out on bail. And the judge had reservations because of the person's history. But again, the victim in this scenario spoke on behalf of her abuser, and the judge reduced the bond and allowed him to be released.
That bond would be $20,000.
So that's it. Kevin is out of jail. And Tarika, a young mother of 3, had no idea what had been set in motion.
It was the shots I heard that woke me up. Bam, bam, bam.
Just after 10 p.m. on March 7th, police say Kevin knocked on the door of Tarika's Chevrolet apartment. He had a gun. He walked in and fired the shots, hitting Tarika.
If you watch the full story that I have linked in the description, you'll realize that these sisters were not close. They had become estranged and they were half sisters, but recently they had reconnected and were starting to get to know each other and spend more time together. So this happened not too long after they decided to rekindle their friendship as sisters. So this is the one on the left that I'm referring to, is the one that was really the innocent one, had nothing to do with the assailant here below, or alleged assailant. And this is the person that the assailant was in a relationship with.
And Jaleesa. They died under a kitchen table on the floor. Then Kevin fled, leaving Tarika's 3 girls, one of him, his own daughter, in the next room. It could have been worse. Tarika's grandmother lived there too. The next day, Kevin's body was found 100 miles away in Hanover County, Virginia, slumped in his getaway car.
And if you've kept up with the sister series, you'll realize that 2 of the 3 assailants in these stories deleted themselves rather than face consequences of jail time.
Shoes off with a gunshot to the head. In just a matter of hours, 3 people are dead. Tarika, Kevin, and Jaleesa, who was caught in the middle.
Breaking overnight in Prince George's County.
As they said, Jaleesa was caught in the middle. She had nothing to do with the gentleman that's accused of this crime. The third set of sisters to complete the sister series of last week is Shakia and Shania Todd.
We have new information on a shooting that killed 2 young women on Detroit's west side. Police are now looking for this man, an 18-year-old wanted in connection with the murders. 2 sisters killed in the shooting that started with an argument yesterday.
Saturday night, police are asking if you know who or where this man is. Detroit police say this 18-year-old is wanted in connection to a double fatal shooting at this home on West Lance Street Friday night. Officers say he shot and killed 21-year-old Shania Todd, who was also a mother, and her sister, 18-year-old Shakaya Todd.
They were babies, they were kids, and they just lost their mother 10 months ago. Here we are.
See, now that's the part that kind of got to me. Their mother passed away, according to the gentleman that just spoke, 10 months ago. And Shania Todd was only 21. I believe this is Shania Todd here. And the other sister is Shakaya. Shania, 21 years of age. Shakaya, 18 years of age. I'm sorry. Yes, 18 years of age. So they were extremely young. Extremely young. Barely out of high school. So.
And it's just a real tragic situation. She had a son, and he's like 5 or 6 years old, so it's just really bad.
Officers tell me the shooting happened after some kind of altercation.
From what I'm hearing is that it was an argument happened between the people in the house and my nieces, and somebody in the house grabbed the gun and shot both of them and killed them.
Todd says the two were there to check on the woman who lived inside this home. He tells me Saturday that they are learning the suspect is related to the woman who owns the home.
We never thought anything like this could have happened. Complete shock. Totally, utterly shocked.
And that's the third set of sisters. I've done 2 more stories since I closed out the sister series for last week. So check those out. But that's the conclusion. I just wanted to do one video instead of 3 separate shorts to post on YouTube in regards to the sister series. To just, sometimes it's the company you keep. You could possibly be doing everything right, keeping your nose clean, dealing with legitimate people, but via friendship or via blood relationship or blood relatives, you can find yourself in a pretty bad situation. So I don't have the answers. I'm not creating this content to tell everyone what the right answer is, but I think it's important to get these stories out there because some of these cases happened 2 years ago. I try not to go too far back in time. I try to stay up to date with relevant stories, but since this happens at least 5 times every single day, I'll never run out of content unless something changes. But since these stories don't make national news, if you don't live in the area where these incidents occurred, you'll never hear about them. I think the Todd sisters was in Detroit, the Detroit area. So if you don't live in Detroit and you don't get Detroit news, you'll never know what's happening. But I keep quoting the FBI statistics, and they go back to the year 2020, where on average this happens 5 times a day to Black women and girls. So those statistics are just for Black women and girls. This is not for the population of the US as a whole. This is just for the demographic of Black women and Black girls. And that was shocking to me. It stood out. So, appreciate you guys. Christmas is in like 3 days. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. To my 578 subscribers, I really appreciate you. I thank you so much. We're going to get this thing up to 1,000 and then 10,000. And that's when we really start connecting and saving lives. When we get the followers up, we get the likes up, we get the sharing up, and we know that the algorithm will push this content out to make people aware of what's actually happening. So some people will realize how in danger they actually really are. But again, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.